What's up, fam? We back at it. It's a brand new week, and I got a whole lot more drama to unload, and it's a lot. So, in case you missed it, in the latest celebrity news and gossip, stand-up comedian and actor Kevin Hart recently received some backlash for his latest Netflix special. If you have not seen it, it is called The Roast of Kevin Hart. It's meant to be funny. However, in my opinion, none of that shit was funny. Now, before I release what he had to say, all I'm going to say is this before I unload on his ass. He is not one of us. He don't care about any of us. And when I say us, I'm talking about black people in general. He don't give a damn. The only color that matters to him is green. Because you know why? Green is the color of money, and that's what makes everything funny. Take a look.
Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience. But our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not, I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't a new, it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set. Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set, or one of the best sets, between Tony and Cheryl, and I would say Naeem had a really strong set.
Naeem had a very strong set. I was laughing out loud at Tony until that joke.
Until the joke.
But not even just that joke. I don't like when people joke about violent, tragic death. I like Pete's set, and then I was like, why you had to say anything about Charlie Kirk?
Pete had a great set too. Pete had a Charlie Kirk joke in there. Yeah. Like, would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Mm-hmm. Yes. Like, I'm not looking at Pete crazy. I'm not looking at Tony crazy. Like, that's what, I know what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. I know your style of comedy.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother?
No.
So he said
no shot to you.
No, okay. that's good.
I'm never watching it.
That's fine.
I just want to be clear. I'm never watching that. Like,
I only brought it up.
Even now that you told me, I'm not going to go back and go look at that interview.
Because he's a fan.
But I just want to make it clear so you understand what I do with my time. Like, I'm never doing that. Okay, go ahead.
I just asked because he's a fan of you. Mm-hmm. He saw the joke and it picked up pretty big. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if you saw it, but he basically said, like, as a fan of you and knowing that you came to the funeral to support his family, even though it's a roast and Tony, that's what he does, they expected you to kind of be the person that would, like, stop it right in the moment or just not allow for certain things to happen.
And he also said he wanted you to come harder. He said if they're going to joke, why you ain't come harder with your own jokes? All right. Racist jokes, I guess.
This is actually a good thing to give a rebuttal to.
See,
they talked about my dead mom and my dead dad. Said that they were running a train on my mom in
that was hilarious,
right?
It was
that was crazy. Yeah, that was Regina killed that.
Right?
Yes, oh wait, that's right. You probably should say killed
that. The jokes about Kevin was on a slave ship in a bottle with, like, the ship in the bottle. Like, I'm going to appreciate humor. I don't get affected by the attempt of humor. I get it, right? In this case, like, do more. It's my production. We're live. The more is what? Like, what is it that you expect me? You want me to take a live production and stand up and fight Tony or have a reaction? Like, Tony told a joke. It wasn't a tasteful joke to us. We didn't like it. Okay. Hey, man, fuck that joke. We move on. I don't understand why we stand on a hill and it becomes like this big thing of, like, oh man, the motherfuckers, they do this and they're attacking the culture. It doesn't have to be that. It literally is either you're a fan of this level of content or you're not. And if you're not a fan, then you don't watch it. So my last note for all attached to this is very simple, okay? Whatever the headlines or whatever the dialogue is, my rebuttal is simplicity. Remove me from it. I didn't say it. If you are upset that the night went on, that's a different conversation. It's nothing I can do. It's a production. It's a live production. I'm not compromising the live production for a reaction of what? What do you want me to do? I'm going to drag him off? You want me to fight afterwards? You want me to turn it into like what? That's not what I agreed to do. That's not the job at hand. The job at hand was to produce a successful roast, which I did. I also got the rebuttal. I also got to say shit at the end. What are we dealing with here? I'll say it again. Stop talking as if I said it. Mm-hmm. So when you say the family and the family's affected, I didn't disrespect the family. Showed up for the family when it happened. Made sure that the family felt supported. Made sure that all things there were actually cool. Behind the scenes, just as an example, you know the one person that I talked to? Oh. And I'm not even going to tell you the conversation? Stephen Jackson.
Oh, I know he caught that.
That's because that's my nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, Stack, let me just call you, man, so I can explain to you like the world of the roast, X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. We talk. I get it, Kev. We had a great conversation. But that's what I mean when I say, hey, man, let me call the one person after. And that's before whatever you're talking about. Mm-hmm. That's immediate. Mm-hmm. Stack, hey, Tony threw one out there. It's this and this, but you do know that that's what this shit is a roast. But I just want you to know from my side, that man is on his own.
You ain't lead with that, Kev. You should have been leading with that the whole time.
Because I don't need to.
People just want to know you care.
I don't fucking need to prove to people that I give a fuck.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Just this time. This one time.
No.
Yes, this one.
No. If you open that door, then that's the door that people expect all the time. Why the fuck do I need to do that?
I think it's because of how much the George Floyd situation affected so many people. I think I get what you're saying and how you stand on your business, and I respect you for that.
I'm not talking about business.
Or whatever it is. I think with certain things.
Did not say it.
But their pushback is it happened at Kevin Hart's roast. Kevin Hart, who is like, he's like, so many of us support you. You're ours.
They just want to hear you say. Okay, I just want to hear you say what you said today. It's tasteless. You actually reached out to somebody who's considered his family to say, let them know. That's all.
I have the best example. Mm-hmm. If I go to a nightclub and like we're celebrating, right? And 2 people get killed that night at the nightclub. What's the headline?
Kevin Hart's party got shot.
2 people died at Kevin Hart's party, right? People may say, I'm not going to Kevin Hart's party again. Man, you can't go to Kevin Hart shit. Kevin Hart shit ain't safe. I ain't fucking with Kev. You heard what happened. I go, but I didn't fucking do it. I didn't even know the people that fucking was shooting. I didn't even know the 2 people that got killed. That's the nature of being the name. Your name is attached to things to make things bigger. What is my fucking... I didn't shoot the gun. Why am I arguing and why am I doing interviews after?
Why were they in your party with guns?
But who knows? Mm-hmm. I don't work the metal detectors. Mm-hmm. I'm not the security guys. The club does all that. Mm-hmm. I don't have those answers. You understand what I'm saying? Like the responsibility just it starts to compile as if I'm the one in charge. We are not in charge of the dialogue from anybody on that stage.
If Tony calls you right now and says, man, Kev, man, I was out at the comedy club, man, and man, this dude, man, who said he was George Floyd's brother, smacked the shit out of me.
You gotta deal with that.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? What the fuck do you want me to do? That's the consequences of the shit.
There you go.
I had to really take a deep breath and really collect my thoughts together to come up with a very articulate breakdown of the BS that I witnessed in an interview. This was the Breakfast Club podcast, by the way, that he was sitting on. I'm pretty sure you guys are very familiar with him. The guy that was interviewing Kevin Hart, his name is Charlamagne the God. The woman, I forgot her name. I don't keep up. Sorry, I apologize. But I could care less about that stupid podcast. However, I did take some notes. And I want you to hear word for word. These are Kevin Hart's words that he said in that interview. And y'all let me know y'all's thoughts as soon as I finish reading off all this stuff that I wrote down. So in the very beginning of the interview, when they were talking, Kevin Hart said, and I quote, "Yeah, the George Floyd joke wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. Why the racial humor, this is why the racial humor is on the table." Then he also said, "I wasn't shocked. That's what they do. It happens every year on every roast. It's not nothing new. It's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy." Then Charlemagne, the guy that was interviewing him, asked him, "Do you think Tony Hinchcliffe went too far on the George Floyd joke?" That's the other stand-up comedian, the white guy that was making the very racist jokes. Here's Kevin's answer. "It's Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't expect nothing more. I don't expect nothing less. It's my production. We're live. I'm not compromising my live production for a reaction. Your name is attached to things to make things bigger." Now, when you hear all of these words that Kevin Hart said, what are the thoughts going on in your mind? It makes you think twice about some of these Hollywood Negroes. And to be honest, the coonery is real. And the only three people actually, that actually fought back in that roast and stood on business and clapped back at the very racist white dudes that were making all those racial jokes was Chelsea Handler, who was a white female comedian. Shout out to Chelsea Handler, love her to death. She ate them up and left no crumbs. Regina Hall, who's a black actress, very, very famous for the Scary Movie series, films. She's been in 90s, flicks and stuff. She ate them up, left no crumbs. And then the best one that really tore his ass up was Cat Williams, a comedian. Shout out to Cat Williams. Cat Williams read a lot of stuff off script that was not on that teleprompter. And the best part that I remember very well that everybody was talking about, he said, "I'm only here for the check because Netflix called me and said I'm getting paid for this. That's why I'm here." And then he also said, I'm the only person up here who's left with a soul in Hollywood." You know damn well that was not on the teleprompter. Who just says I'm the only one left with a soul in Hollywood? That should tell you how some of these, what I call vulture culture or culture vultures, whatever you call it, react to the black community. They think everything is a joke. They laugh at us. They mock us because they don't think they're one of us anymore, because they've been bamboozled by the elites, the high society, the rich, the wealthy, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the elite. And what happened with Kevin Hart is that he got so lost in the sauce with the elites that now he has crossed over and sold his soul to the devil, literally, and turned into one of them. Yeah, one of them devils, Hollywood devils, I might add. But yeah, he's a lost cause for the community. He's not one of us. And the way that he reacted to the female on the podcast, I forgot her name, forgive me, when she said that she did an interview with George Floyd's brother, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to watch it." Da, 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 da. He got very defensive before she even opened her mouth. And what's funny is how he tries to flip the script and say, "Well, I was there for the family. It didn't come directly from my mouth. It was my production, da 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 da. And it was Tony this and Tony that and Tony this." But here's the problem. Remember when he said that your name is attached to things that make things bigger? Well, guess what? If it was a Kevin Hart production, that means you have creative control of that production, which means that you're in charge of that production and you have the say-so to say yay or nay on certain jokes. So my question is, if you knew how racist some of these comedians were with these jokes, why didn't you come up with a better plan to control the narrative? But no, instead of controlling the narrative, you let them fly willy-nilly because you don't give a damn. Because as long as Netflix is still paying you a check, that's all you care about. It's all about a check. That's the sad reality of Hollywood. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, is the same as it was back then. You see, back then it was a little bit different. You know, they didn't have these little bullshit ass these comedy specials where they're like super racist and shit. Now you have screenwriters and all these, you know, Hollywood producers who legit make intentional racial jokes to I can't even talk. They intentionally make racist jokes to rally up the community and ruffle some feathers. And they do it on purpose because you know why? It's sales, it's ratings. That's all they care about. They care about ratings, they care about sales, they care about money. That's it. As long as the production makes sales, as long as the ratings are good on Netflix, as long as they're in the top 10, nobody gives a damn about your black ass. That's pretty much what he said. But he just tried to sugarcoat the shit by saying, well, it's humor, it's comedy, what you expect? Really? That's what we're going with? Okay. But even though he tried to defend the racial jokes by saying that they also talked about his, you know, deceased mother and father, that's not the same thing as talking about George Floyd. You see, Kevin Hart's parents most likely passed away from natural causes. I think one of them may have passed away from drugs. I'm not too sure. I don't know the history. I don't know his background. But I think there was natural causes. However, George Floyd's death was very violent, and it was broadcasted to the world on national television because someone recorded it and it went viral. And that was back in 2020, and everybody knows about that. No one will ever forget that event in history. So for him to compare the death jokes of his deceased parents versus the violent death of George Floyd is a mockery. And it really disturbs me to see a black man accept these racial jokes from white men simply because it's boosting sales and it's boosting ratings. But you notice one thing I noticed real quick before I go. If you paid attention to that 3-hour lame-ass Netflix special, it was horrible. He got very defensive when, I think it was The Rock, the wrestler, made like a slick joke about his wife. And he was just like, hey, don't talk about my wife. Da-da-da-da-da. He tried to say it in a playful manner. I said, it's so funny how defensive he got for his Asian persuasion wife or whatever the hell she is. Don't know what the hell she is. But he didn't stand on business when they were talking shit about the George Floyd joke. That should tell you something. So you'll stand up for your wife, but you won't stand up for humanity. And you won't stand up for what's right and what's wrong, especially when it's something violent. It's despicable. Absolutely despicable. And the other thing I did not like about that BS roast is the fact that they picked on certain people over and over and over. And those people were people like Lizzo. They poked at her weight. Lizzo was not having it. She was not happy. Her facial expression showed it the whole time. She tried to crack a joke here and there, but it was terrible. It was not even funny. It was weak as hell. And then when they kept picking on, they didn't really pick on Regina Hall, but they kept picking on Chelsea Handler really bad. But Chelsea Handler is strong. She's tough as nails. She don't care. Then they kept messing with Cheryl Underwood. Now that's the one I really didn't like. I don't appreciate when people mess with black women the most and think it's funny especially when it's something really personal, because Cheryl Underwood, don't know if you know her story, but her husband committed suicide years ago. He jumped off of a bridge, and they made a joke about that. Now, they claim that they asked her before they made that joke to see if it was okay with her, and they said that she approved it. But even if she approved it, it's not a good idea. And especially for a Netflix comedy special, you think that's a good idea? What genius did that? This is how you know the screenwriters ain't shit. This is how you know that they're not for the culture. They don't give a damn about black people, obviously. They only care about their own community. Because I hardly heard any white jokes cracked on any of the white people, except for the two men who kept saying the most disturbing racial jokes. And you know, the funny part is that none of the people that they did not touch that were sitting on that stage during that roast was people like Tiffany Haddish. Don't know why the hell she was there. Nobody ever picked on her. The whole entire time they skipped over her. And nobody ever picked on Kevin Hart's crew. They never picked on his personal trainer that was sitting directly behind him. They never picked on the Plastic Cup Solo Boys. They never picked on anybody that was close to Kevin Hart. I've noticed that. But anybody else that was a comedian was open game. They did not give a damn. And people like Teyana Taylor showed up, but she didn't stay long. She read off a little bullshit script letter that they had her read off, and then she got the fuck out and left. She said, I'm just here for the check, and then she left. And then Usher, the very beginning of the roast, he did like a parody making fun of Kevin Hart, and then he got the hell out of there and left. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. It was just pure, unadulterated racism. And it was highly distasteful, highly offensive to the community. And it really pissed me off to the point where now I'm just like, boycott Kevin Hart and boycott anything that is similarly related to Hart Beat Productions. That's his production. And now I'm to the point where I'm just like, I'm blocking him on all socials because I don't want to even see his content, because that's how angry that stupid ass roast made me. Yeah, I'm blocking on every little social. I'm not sharing none of his stupid ass videos. I'm not catering to the bullshit. I'm just not. He pissed me off. Now, Dr. Umar Johnson, you know, that conscious brother who's always talking about the community and snow bunnies and stuff. Well, he said that Kevin Hart and them get a pass. But he said if they do it again, then he's going to revoke them from the community. First of all, I'm not listening to some wannabe conscious brother who calls himself woke and don't believe in snow bunnies, but low-key scamming folks from what I heard on the streets. I don't be believing in that man say, so I'm not even listening to that shit. I'm not giving nobody a pass, especially when I know the ringleader is a black man and don't give a damn about his own people. Nobody gets a pass. Nobody. All the people that participated in that roast, they can go to hell too. The only people that I would say that were legitimate about standing on business and defending other people on that stage were Chelsea Handler, Cat Williams, Regina Hall, and Cheryl Underwood. Those are the only select people I can truly say that actually defended one another on that stage. Nobody else defended nobody else. They were literally attacking people like dog eat dog, and it was pitiful. Very, very pitiful. But yeah, y'all let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments. Do y'all think he went too far and he went overboard with the whole George Floyd joke? It wasn't Kevin Hart that said the joke. Again, to make it clear, this was a white comedian named Tony Hinchcliffe, somebody who I've never heard of, some Netflix weirdo comedian, made the racial joke, but Kevin Hart's production approved it, which means that Kevin knew about it and did not give a damn, did not give two shits. So again, do y'all think that he went overboard and this was wrong for him going along with the bullshit? Or do y'all feel like, oh, it's just a roast, it's not meant to be funny, it's not meant to be comedy? That's what a point of a roast is. Because a lot of people were very defensive about this on TikTok, and they said the same thing. There were a lot of mixed reviews. Some people said they agreed, some people said they disagreed. And to be honest, he's a lost cause. His soul is gone. He don't care. Like I told you, the only thing he cares about is the color of green. Because green is the color of money, and money makes everything funny. That's all he cares about. But yeah, let me know y'all's thoughts below in the comments.